Mill to Bed podcast. Welcome to us coming back from a hiatus as we recouped our energy, got back together with our lives, and now we have a lot of big plans and a lot of big missions to come through. With that,
Oh,
how's
Yogi,
everybody doing?
did you take a vacation or something? Because I don't see that, so I don't know
Well,
what you're about. Recuperating from what? I mean, I'm pretty sure we've all been just working really hard this entire time. Not like we took some vacation.
you know what? I like to take a vacation here and there. Let's do it. Let's go.
but to be fair, to your point, our listeners and our viewers haven't seen us for quite a while, so that's why I said that.
It wasn't like we weren't doing anything, and I think someone's being a little modest in the room because they've been kicking butt out there in the veteran world.
Who,
Megan,
Megan?
do you know who
Yes.
that person could be?
I think it's Megan.
No, no, it's definitely not me.
Yeah, man. Like you were nominated for something and was picked and selected, and now you're doing something. What is that, Yogi? Tell us a little bit about what's going on with you, dude.
Oh, geez. So now that I'm getting put on the spotlight,
Oh,
so
come
Student
on,
Veterans
Yogi,
of
you love
America.
it.
I mean, you're not wrong with
Yeah,
that
you
either.
know, had no pause between that, no dramatic pregnant pause. You just started talking.
Well, when you're ready, you're ready, right? Student Veterans of America, the biggest organization that represents students across not only the United States but really the globe when it comes to student veterans. I was nominated to be a student veteran of the year, and I was a top 10 finalist amongst all of the community colleges, all of the universities, and everything else. Top 10, and it was just fantastic. Just being January 6th, it was in Denver, Colorado. Being there was absolutely amazing. I can't wait for anyone else who's listening to this to be able to come and actually be a part of this. Because if you're a student going to college, university, go to your master's, doctorate, whatever you want, this is a place that you need to be if you're a veteran, a family member, anyone military associated or affiliated, or even just supporter. You need to be in that room because that is fantastic. See, even the dog agrees.
Yeah, there's little,
Like
little,
you
not
guys,
so little Betty. So sorry.
I see some of the mentorship stuff that you've been doing. You've been doing a lot of stuff with the students there, man. Like what is it that makes it so rewarding for you every single day that you're over there doing what you're doing inside that organization?
So, Student Veterans of America has a very unique structure, right? It's not like it's hierarchical and then, you come down and everybody reports to the organization. It actually allows for a lot of freedom to come across so that your chapter of your college, university, um, any institution of learning basically takes it and runs away with it. I have been very fortunate to have a very supporting staff here at San Diego Community College, and we are organizing right now a Padres event that we're gonna bring. Hopefully, last year we brought 250 people. This year we're looking at bringing more from across the whole community college district, right?
Dude, that's
And
that's
all of these
awesome.
are veterans,
And you said
right?
community college too, right?
Correct. The community college system. Um, so we're bringing about 250 students. Last year we brought about 250 students with some of the staff to come to the Padres game just to watch the game, right? And it was, right behind, right on the ground. They call it the beach, which is right behind, where you can actually catch a what is it called, not a strike, oh my god, a home run. And last year we caught three of them that I remember. And so now we're organizing a similar event. We're trying to bring about 500 students or more. And so that was part of it. But the biggest part and what brought this whole thing forward is about making sure that our veterans and our brothers and sisters are getting off the streets, right?
Yes.
Uh, Even before the government shutdown, there was a lot of students, a lot of veterans that were struggling because of their benefits not being paid on time. administrative errors or anything like that, or even just taking a pause or not being able to take the whole course load, and they were not getting paid their full benefits, right? I myself, I am still struggling with that. VRNE has not been able to support me for now going on the second semester, 2 semesters in a row. So that would be essentially a year. And I'm not getting paid for any one of my going to school things, right? I
Bro,
even got to
how
my
much BS is that? Like, that is so BS.
right. And normally the mindset is, well, you're not doing your part as a veteran. You're being lazy, all these things, right? But it's just, part of how this system is, unfortunately, that you have to figure out how to both navigate through it. It's, part of it is you, part of it is the school, part of it is the VA, part of it is just following up with paperwork, part of it is just your counselor themselves actually pushing the paperwork to go through. And so there's a lot of a lot of moving surfaces that allows that. But going back to the original question, right, is what have we been doing? Well, we went to Washington, D.C., and we brought a whole bunch of veterans to advocate for our community on education. We were part of the congressional hearing. That was amazing, an amazing experience that I cannot wait for anyone else to be a part of this and experience that. Um, Being in Colorado for a national convention this year, and having other approximately 2,000 students that are veterans be in the same room as you is just amazing. Plus all the supporting staff. And one of the most beautiful things about national convention is that if you have a pending claim, they have expediters there, right? I thought it was a myth and a fantasy that they say that in those 3 days, you come in, you do your claim, and then you come back out, and then you have a rating number, right? In 3 days. Bro, it's a reality. You literally go in there, you walk in, you have your case, you bring all your paperwork, and you walk in, they tell you everything about it, and then on top of that, they tell you your rating score before you even leave national convention.
Is this
So next,
is this like a VA
it
program that they're
is
behind? Dude, that's sick.
a
What's the
hundred
name of that
percent.
program? One more time, man, for everybody. What's the name
No, no,
of
no.
that
So the Student Veterans of America organizes with the VA so that they can bring the expediters so that they can review your case on hand and come and be a part of it and walk out of there with either a rating or what you need to do to be able to move forward. So it's fantastic, right? This 2026 is going to be happening in Dallas, Texas. So if you are in the Dallas area or if you're a student anywhere in the world and you are not working very well with VA, I would highly encourage you to start saving money, find sponsors. If you need help finding sponsors or how to raise some money so that you can go there, please reach out. Would love to help you out because this will change your life. Even
Yeah,
Disney offered me a job. So that's all I can say about that.
dude, that's awesome. Anybody that's offering Yogi a job, they're a good person deep down inside. You're a very special person, Yogi. I miss your face, dude. And for the record, man, Yogi, Chris, and Megan have been so busy, we barely even get to talk to each other. So this is almost like a mini reunion here. Uh, just this is what I love about being a veteran and about being in the military is like when you guys get back together with that person that you haven't seen in a while, and you just you have a true appreciation for each other. When you see each other, it's just like no time is lost, none. And I love that about the military. What about you guys? What do you guys think?
Well, Megan, what have you been doing this whole time?
Yeah.
This whole time, working, not going on vacation.
I just want you
Well,
to
could you
know when you
elaborate a
have,
little bit more on that?
for the record, when you have kids and people are like, "Oh, you're going on vacation," I'm going to tell you right now, it is never a vacation with kids because you're on the job the entire time. So
Yeah.
enjoy it. Enjoy it while you're young. That's all, and no kids yet.
Yeah, no kids, just a dog named Betty, who you heard, recently. But yeah, I mean, I've just been, working both on the nonprofit side with Human Works, and then I also have my real day job with Next Tech. And so I do business development for them with our manufacturer and distributor partners. So I've been a busy, busy girl. And then, Betty, my dog, she just passed her canine good citizen because she is my service dog a couple weeks ago. So yeah, so congratulations, Betty. We've been working really hard on that. She's still got some things to do, to continue to work on her task work for me, but just been very busy. Chris, what have you been up to?
Well, I mean, college, farm, family, and I decided to throw my hat, not figuratively, literally, into running for state representative for District 44 in Washington State. So that'd be like Snohomish, Mill Creek, a little bit of Everett, and unincorporated Snohomish. So it's a big deal to do this, but I feel like I'm at the point where I don't want to complain about things. I want to put action towards them.
Awesome.
And for anyone that didn't understand what he just said, he's running for a very small area in Washington State that makes a really big impact across the world, right? That's where Boeing is there, Microsoft, a whole bunch of different computer industries, and it's just a very, from the outside looking in, it looks like a very rural town area that is just super packed with corporations that change the world.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a big responsibility, but you know what? I'm proud to be able to do this. It's a very unique opportunity, and I'm ready to make some changes and be a part of that positive influence inside of Washington State. Washington State's amazing. I'm Washingtonians inspire me every single day. So it'd be a great honor to be able to be their representative. I know that for sure.
Well, congratulations. And, however we can help support you. I don't live in Washington, so I'm so sorry I can't vote for you. But I can appreciate you wanting to continue to serve, our country, right, through wanting to do it through the state. So that's amazing. So just goes to show that, just because you left the military doesn't mean that you wanted to stop serving others.
Yeah, it's a big responsibility to be able to represent others and clearly articulate what the actual community is saying, and that takes a lot of patience and a lot of listening. So I'm looking forward to getting out there in the community. Yesterday I went to the Mill Creek City Council, listened to citizens speak their voices, and I love seeing citizens come up and speak what they have to say in front of the camera, in front of everybody else, so that way everybody else can hear, yeah, I'm not alone and feeling this way. So it's really awesome to be able to be a part of that. So
I think we're gonna go over some news. Is that correct, Chris?
yeah, I mean, a lot of things are going on in the military right now. A lot of our brothers and sisters are forward deployed right now, and a lot of things are changing there. So it's just really good to support those who are serving. One of the things I've been kind of pushing out to people is whenever they're like, hey, I'm about to deploy, I push them out to this organization that I used. It's actually a pretty cool little organization. It's called HeroBox. Yogi, did you ever hear about HeroBox?
A little bit, but for our audience, please share.
Yeah, so HeroBox, you go to herobox.com. Hold on, let me make sure I check that website. So HeroBox, and essentially what they do is they put together care packages. And a lot of people will like kind of like in the old days, you would see people post their PO boxes, especially for ships. But it's not as safe. So the best way to do it would be to sign yourself up and your shipmates up for the Hero Box. Hold on, I'm getting that website. So yeah, herobox.org. I'm going to post it onto here. Actually, I'll share my screen.
While he's doing that, so it's a hero box changes the life of a person that's deployed, right? You're doing a lot of things, you're going through a lot of stuff, and most importantly, you're away from your family, your friends. You have no one there, and a lot of the times you don't even have any full resources because, you know, let's be honest, even though shipping and delivery has gotten so much better in the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years, it's still a challenge. So as you can see in the picture, that box comes in, you have a whole bunch of unexpected items, and it is just one of the most beautiful gifts you can ever receive, especially for not every service member has someone that can send them the care package, right? So when they receive a care package that it's completely unexpected, full of love with cards, letters, it just changes your world. Till this day, I received in 2004, no, 2003, my first box from them. And I still keep in contact with the lady that sent me my first care package because it changed my life so much. It was so meaningful, and it was so important to me to be able to feel like someone outside, outside of that ship cared about me, and it allowed me to keep on going.
Yeah, and you mentioned it, Amazon and all that stuff. It's getting a lot better getting out to the ships and stuff. Uh, but what if you're that single sailor that doesn't really have anybody, or that single soldier, that single Marine that's out there, and maybe came from a family that can't really support them? And I'm going to tell you right now that our men and women that are definitely in the lower ranks do not get paid that much. So being able to sign up for a hero box and to have um, a box sent to you, like I got my first one when I was in Bagram, Afghanistan, and I signed us all up while we were in on the Nimitz, and that was really cool. Like I didn't just sign myself up. I literally, everybody that came and checked into me, because I was that command finance guy, I'd get them all checking into me, and I'd talk to them about finances, and I'd be like, okay, cool. Well, what's your thing? And then I would send them up a hero box. So I was getting hero boxes for the entire command eventually. And it really was like something that everybody looked forward to, especially when you don't get packages that often, you know.
And to your point, Chris, I didn't sign myself up. I had no idea that thing existed, right? The ship, as a matter of fact, signed every command up, every single sailor. I'm assuming our CMC had something to do and play a role in that, and maybe our LPOs. But bro, when I tell you that was the most meaningful and beautiful thing to get, it really changed my life.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with you, man, because like the smiles of the sailors' faces while they were opening up the boxes, and they're like, I still carry, do I have it on me? Oh man. Let me see. Nope, I do not have it on me. But on my keys, I still have this little
Awkward.
Gerber tool that came with my hero box, and I still have that Gerber tool today.
If
And
there's no
I,
pictures, it doesn't exist.
you know
It's
what?
not real.
I will
You're
post
making
a
it up.
picture. It's gonna,
You're making it up for the
if you're
reals.
listening to this right now out in cyberspace, and you see a picture on my social media, like, Chris, why did you post a picture of your keys? It's because Yogi told me I wouldn't do it.
No, Yogi said it wasn't real. If there's no picture, it never happened.
Yeah, which means that I wouldn't do it. I see what you're doing there. um, So a little bit more serious news that's going on out there. The VA announced a new $112 million grant to strengthen community-based suicide prevention efforts. This is pretty monumental. I wish it was more, but I think this is a good direction where we're going here. Oh, I'm trying to share a screen. And there
Mark,
we go.
there's so many dumpster fires.
Oh, whatever we jump out of here, it turns into a dumpster fire. So you could go straight on here and find it on VA News. I feel like looking at the source is super important. This was released on the 18th of March, and it shows where they are releasing the funds for this. So, like, let's say you're an organization that helps out veterans. This could be a great place for you to go to get that grant to help you help more veterans. So that's a really positive news for the veteran community.
That's amazing. And when is the grant due?
So you're gonna have to go and take a look at the stuff in here, but
it looks like
I believe you have until 11th of June. But I would make sure that you double check on that, because you never know, they may end the grant sooner if the money is leaving faster, you know? So that's why I say definitely double check. Speaking of double checking, let me make sure I got this up here right. I don't want to bring everybody into
as he elaborated, as soon as we left, there was nothing but dumpster fires up. So I apologize, everyone. I had to go use the facilities. If not, we would still be okay. It's my fault. I apologize.
Well, it's funny because I clicked the wrong button, trying to pull up the screen over here, because I'm navigating all my windows. Make sure nobody gets my Facebook and looks at all my, I like looking at Pokemon all day.
What?
It's a joke. That was a joke.
Chris, that just made it awkward.
Speaking about awkward,
do you do that weird thing with like that people do in the park where they like are on their phone like this and they're like trying to catch Pokemon? I was like, what are they doing? And then
my gosh,
the Pokemon people, I was like, oh, I didn't know they existed more.
Oh,
it's like
he doesn't only do it in the park; he does it in the bathroom too.
Yo, I also do LARPing. Okay, no, get out of here.
I don't know what that means. So
you don't know what LARPing is?
I don't want to find out. Nope.
You don't know what LARPing is.
Nope. I'm okay with being not knowing.
Live action role playing. It's where, and you're like,
Chris, this is the moment.
No, it's like medieval times, man, and you dress up like you're in medieval times.
Megan,
LARPing is.
I need an adult here, please, please.
Oh, I just put my earplugs in, so. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you need me to take posts out?
So, I wrote an article called "Bridging the Gap," and I released it on our newsletter. So if anybody's subscribed to the newsletter, which there's more than 2 people, believe it or not, there's more than 3. There's 3 of us. Yeah. we have quite a few subscribers to it. And
Carol doesn't count as a subscriber, okay? Just for the record.
Right. So
because she proofreads it.
So if I turn off my camera right now, is a dumpster fire going to show?
Yeah,
no,
you're gonna be a dumpster fire.
You weren't cool enough. There was no dumpster fire for you.
Was there not?
Nope.
No.
Awkward. Super awkward.
I want a dumpster.
Chris, you're slacking.
I'm dumpster fire.
I guess that just means that I'm not a dumpster fire, that only you 2 are dumpster fires.
Wow.
Dang it. The truth burns. Just like the dumpster fire. So here we are.
We're trying to grow up to be like you, Megan.
Let me get through this article so we can get through this dumpster
I thought
fire.
we were already done.
Nah, so I created a timeline. It's a transition timeline. and it's pretty much different phases here. It goes through the different early planning, talks about thinking about the future. Like there's some pretty good stuff in here. So if you guys get a chance to take a look at the timeline, it's on the Mill to Vet website. That's mill2vet.com, and you can take a look at it. It's right there on the homepage. And we even have some returnees on here. Some of the how I landed a full-time job at Netflix little flick in here. For those of you that like that kind of stuff, with Gail, he's a cool dude. But yeah, man. And then oh man, this guy right here.
Is he cooler than Yogi or not as cool as Yogi?
Well, different perspectives, different angles.
No, when you say perspectives, he means different like vertical areas. You got the
so he's tall.
He is
I mean,
a little bit taller.
Again, from the different perspective.
Like, can I get it? Yeah, right there.
Different
He's like
angle of
taller.
attack for us aviation people.
He does all the high dusting, and Yogi does all the low dusting.
Unless I have to bring my ladder, but that's besides the point.
You stand on the shoulders. You guys remember Josh? Well, Josh was also in this timeline as well. So you guys should take a look at it.
But you gotta explain why they were in the timeline, Chris. Why does that matter? And who are these people, right? Like so for everybody that doesn't know, so all of these people that have been in this timeline have been added because they were a part of our journey. When it comes to us doing the Mill to Vet podcast, they taught us a lot, right? Not only are they amazing resources and great friends and mentors and people that people like me that are short look up to, but they have accomplished a lot of different things and overcame the stereotypical number of a transitioning service member, right? So when we go back to looking to us, how do we land a job at Netflix without during my SkillBridge program, SkillBridge Netflix, he fought to get that SkillBridge program through them, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they said you will not have a job here by the time you're done.
Yeah, they literally said, "Do not ask me for a job."
Yeah, and then because he did such a great job, he broke that barrier, and they finished the contract. The SkillBridge was done. He went on his life, and then came back and said, "Hey, within a certain amount of time, they said, hey, you did such a great job that we want to offer you a permanent position." So this is kind of the things that we're talking about, right? And now Josh Johnson, he is the CEO of this organization that helps veterans transition. And so this is part of why Chris has put this amazing timeline on how to better reflect on how to go through these resources to be able to create a better impact for you and your friends. Would you agree, Chris?
Oh yeah. So it's like whenever you're going through the transition, you don't know what you don't know, and a lot of us veterans have that knowledge. So that's why we wanted to put together these episodes, which we already released, of different perspectives of the transition. So that way you could collect little tiny nuggets of knowledge. And that's what we did with this timeline as well. We talk about deciding on survivor benefits plan. If you mess that up, no matter if you choose yes or no, you can't change it once you get out. So the survivor's benefit plan is super important to be thinking about with you and your significant other. And that's why it made the list. We talk about community-based transition courses because let's face it, TAPS is like going in front of a fire truck and getting blasted in the face with a fire hydrant. It's so much information that you'll collect some of it, but you're not going to collect all of it, and it requires going more than once. So we definitely recommend going to TAPS class, the traditional TAPS class, at least twice, 24 months out, and then at that year mark, and then you should be seeking community-based transition courses. I took Vet CTAP. The National Veterans Transition Services also has an amazing REBOOT transition course that does more than just transition. It actually helps you identify your purpose in life. It helps you re-identify that purpose. It helps you to get out there in the community and getting to networking groups and really kind of work it out. I still have my my 5, 10, 20 vision plan that Maurice Wilson made us all do, and it hangs up in my shop every single day. And I tell you what, it's nice to have that. And I probably wouldn't have that if I didn't attend that community based transition course. So really look out there. There's great organizations to do that. And, you can always go, if you're in the San Diego area, the San Diego Veterans Coalition, they have a great list. Washington State VA, so WAVA, I believe it is, or Washington State Department of Veterans Affairs. That's where you need to go. Also, Pacific Northwest Vets. That's a Facebook group up here in the Pacific Northwest. You say that you need something on there, and you can find a ton of resources. But here's the thing: it's a community thing. You need to set yourself up through the community, because that's how you're going to transition after you get out of the military. Because once you get out, the military is done with you. So yeah, sorry.
I wouldn't say the military is just done with you. It's just shifted to a different plan, right? Just like, insurance, job, and everything else. When the door closes, yes, I agree, it fully closes. But you're shifting into a new phase of your life.
Yeah, exactly. And the best way to do that is with your community resources that are around you. And bro, I don't know if we would be where we're at today, Yogi, if we didn't sit down and take charge of our own transitions and find those resources and take those additional classes. I don't know where I would be without those programs.
No, I fully agree with you. And then, Maurice Wilson has been a huge part of both our pre-transition, during transition, and post-transition lives, right? Maurice Wilson has been an absolute great mentor to keep us going. And even till this day, I continue to stay in contact with him, and we're working on a lot of different things, including something that I don't think I have shared, which is called the job match, which now we're using AI to find service members, not only link up their jobs, but also to transition all of the things that they did while in the military, translate them into actionable items. Because collateral duties are never really truly mentioned on a job application, but getting the 360 picture of who you are as a human being is very important, because not only does that allow you to, one, figure out where you want to go, what opportunities you have, but two, it also allows you to see where you best fit. So with job match, is now we call it NavNet match. It allows you to find jobs that are pair up with you. Where do you best fit? What kind of training and gaps do you feel need? And also on top of that, it also connects you to hiring positions that are available in the market right now. So
that's pretty awesome, man. I know that Maurice was talking about doing that, and it's that guy is just like, he doesn't just talk about things. Like, if he's talking about it, watch him in a couple of months. It's going to be coming out. That guy is just so amazing, man.
Yeah, so it's good people. So
yeah, I remember Megan shot me a picture at one of her events. He's like, "Hey, do you know this guy?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's Maurice." Oh, he was talking about you.
That's funny. Yeah. How did the golf game go, Yogi?
Which one? We've had 6 golf events in the last month. So if we're talking about the First and Goal project, which is the First and Goal project, is the one with Dave DeRocher, the celebrities that come out and play. This year it was absolutely phenomenal. So not to brag, this is only to show and share. So Gary Luttrell, the Medal of Honor recipient, was there, and oh my goodness, this guy is at a different level. And what do I mean by at a different level? He is there to share resources. He cares about the people, the community. And currently, one of his nonprofits that he's working on is he's bringing education to middle school students, high school students, so that they can have a different opportunity instead of turning into drugs and alcohol and other not or destructive things, so that it just moves into the right direction. Him and his wife were there, and they're just an amazing opportunity to know.
That's awesome, man. Um, don't you also have a pretty big golf game that's coming up here soon?
So November 6th is gonna be the next golf event that we're gonna be having. The whole Mill to Bed podcast show, Scuttlebutt, and everybody involved will be there, hopefully. And that's gonna be to raise funds for the San Diego Community College District. We did it last year. We ended up raising $27,000 in 2 months. And this made such a huge impact that all 5 schools in the community college in the San Diego Community College District have decided to participate and bring more value to this event because they see the value. Not only did we increase scholarships to the veterans by times tenfold, maybe even more, but the impact is just there's not even a number to put to it. You know what I mean?
Dude, that's gonna be pretty epic, man. Like this golf game is just veterans having fun, raising money so that way student veterans can be successful. And these grants they matter. They make the difference between whether a student could afford their books, or even do they have to do a full-time job, or can they work in the college as a work study and get a scholarship that from this. So that's going to be awesome, man. I do look forward to attending that.
Yes, I look forward to attending and supporting however I can. And then also there is another golf tournament for one of our guests that we've had on, Ted Fuentes with Veteran Strong USA, the equine therapy. So his golf tournament is coming up on Monday, June 15th. Carol, if you can put the link to register in the chat, greatly appreciated. If you're interested in sponsoring or participating or even just volunteering, please reach out, and we'd love to have you participate in whatever way suits, however you want to donate, however you want to participate. So yeah, it's going to be in San Juan Hills Golf Club in San Juan, California.
I feel like if it's for equine therapy, I believe you should be on horseback while you're golfing, and I believe that's called something else.
That's called polo.
They should have a polo tournament. How cool would that be?
That would be insane.
There would be so many broken veterans.
Yeah.
I would be one of them.
I may be jumping out of a plane or a helicopter for this golf tournament. So just so you all know.
Oh
yeah.
My goodness.
So when are we going there? And can I get a parachute too?
We'll see. It's something that one of the sponsors wants. And one of the partners said she doesn't want to jump out of the plane. And so I said, I'll do it for her. So we'll see if he ends up taking me up on the offer of me stepping in for her or not. So it'll be kind of fun.
That's going to be pretty intense.
If anyone's interested and they want to sponsor me that's watching, I'll jump out of a perfectly good playing on a Speedo to raise some money for our community. Just throwing that out there.
In a,
Uh,
why
and
is the speedo? Why is the speedo necessary?
that sounds like a really
Because
bad idea.
I'm not gonna volunteer to go out naked. You know, I'll wear my overalls and I'm perfectly happy with that. But I'm willing to go all the way down to Speedo.
You may go out in a
How do you go
Speedo.
from-
Just so you know, you may go out in a Speedo, but you may land naked. Just keep that in mind.
I just want to know how we went from speedo to naked to overalls, like all in like.
You
30
say I'm the bad
Well,
one. You
'cause
guys
I
say
have-
I'm the
I
bad
have
one here.
I have jumped out of many perfectly good planes,
In a speedo or
skydiving, and
naked or in a
we're not
speedo.
gonna talk about that part. But a lot of people choose
This
to
is a real
just
thing.
jump.
This is
That's
happening.
why I'm saying.
Oh, it's
you
really,
know, he
it's a
probably
really big
jumped
thing.
out in the Speedo. He
People,
probably
a
did
lot of
jump
people
out.
just choose to just jump. You know, just for the record,
I feel like it would be
It's
very
happened.
cold because you're.
oh,
really
it's not.
thick. No.
Well, it depends on the time of the year,
Okay.
and it's really fun. I mean, allegedly.
Allegedly. Okay.
So you're telling us you wouldn't be doing a tandem because it would need to be, if you're doing tandem, it would have to be both of you. No,
Yes.
not you
I don't
and
even
me.
know
I'm
what that
talking
means.
just Yogi and whoever his tandem
I don't
partner
even know
would
what
be.
that means.
Oh, you two. You're too much.
No, but it's
Again, that's
it's
Chris
awesome
being
to come out
Chris.
here and hang out with you guys. I know we are over the 30 minutes, so yeah, no, it's been really awesome hanging out with you guys, and we are going to be live again, right? The next month's last Wednesday of the week, or
Yeah.
Wednesday of the month. Yeah.
Yes, at 6 p.m. West Coast time.
Yes. So
Whoop,
you guys can
whoop.
count on that. It's really awesome just hanging out with y'all. Like for real. It's been so stinking long.
Yes, yeah, way too long, and I mean, you get to see some dogs playing in the background as well, so that's some additional entertainment. Besides Yogi talking about jumping out of a plane naked, I mean, that just
I said Speedo.
No, you said
I
he
said
did say Speedo.
yeah, but then he said naked, so this means that it's.
No, I
happening
mean
more.
people do it naked. I've
Yeah.
never done it naked.
Yeah, but if you
Allegedly.
jump out in the Speedo, you know, it's a gamble if you land with the Speedo or not.
No, it lands. It lands.
No, it does land. There's no doubt in that.
Allegedly.
So everybody that's out there, thank you for listening to us. Please share us, like us, you know, and let us know what you guys think. Till next time.
If you have any questions
Yeah.
or if you want to hear about anything specifically, please let us know. Please
Yes.
ask questions. We would love to answer your questions and reach us out in any form of media. And if we don't reach out to you back fast enough, hit me up on LinkedIn and I will talk back to you. I promise you that.
Awesome. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.